Are you confused whether to use competition or competitive? Whether to use creative or creativity? Happiness or happy? If that's the case, then I have simple techniques for you so you can master the vocabulary words that you learn and frame sentences easily. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Learn English with Canadian Swati. I am Swati and I'm an adult English teacher in Toronto. When I give a bunch of vocabulary words to learners, the only challenge with them is they're not sure whether to use it as a noun in the sentence, whether to use it as an adjective. I'm going to show you the power of suffixes. Let's begin with the suffixes. The root lies in the suffix. That means the main word or the root word has some endings to it. For example, happy, happiness, inform, information, creative, creativity. So, ity, nation, these are all suffixes added to the root word. Now, based on the suffixes, you can decide which word to use in your sentence. Now, how will you do that? Let's look at two important parts of speech: noun and adjective. Nouns, as we all know, are names of person, places, things. So when you are using a word as a noun, then you know how to use it and where to use it. For example, the adjective happy, if you add ness to it, then ness makes the word happy a noun. Happiness is very important. The word compete, if you add a shun to it, competition, then also it becomes a noun. So competition is always healthy. Then we are using it as a noun. So let's look at some important suffixes that make a word noun. The first one is shun. Anytime there is a shun to any word, it is a noun. That means it is to be described. It is not describing something. It is the main subject. Words like competition, information, production, decision, these are all nouns, noun forms. So when you make a sentence, remember to use it in the noun place. It's very easy, right? Happiness is the key to a long life. Then information is very essential for everyday life. Decision. She took a decision to make her life easier or to make her life more successful. So anytime you have the shun, it becomes a noun. So you're not describing something now. You are describing it now, the word now. The next suffix is ment, like development, improvement. So these are again nouns. Development is always important for any country. Improvement in English is useful for you or is important for you. So when you have meant, then you use the word as a noun. The next suffix is ity. Adaptability, creativity, flexibility. Creativity can lead you to a lot of success, or flexibility is an essential tool in today's life. See, I'm using these words as a subject in the sentence because these are all noun forms. The next suffix is ens. Importance, confidence. Instead of saying she's a confidence person, use the confidence as a subject, not as something to describe someone because it's a noun. So, confidence comes with a lot of English practice. So I used it as a subject. These were some common suffixes or letters used at the end of the word which makes any word a noun. So you can start using in the noun place like shun, meant, ness, itty, or ns. The next is suffixes for adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe a noun. So if you're describing a person, a place, or a thing, then you use these words. Then they come in the place of adjective. The next group of suffixes are for making a root word an adjective. When the word becomes an adjective, then it has to be followed by a noun, maybe a person, a place, or a thing, because that's what you're going to describe through your adjective. Now let's look at the suffixes. The first suffix is full. So you can have successful, useful, helpful. You can use these words to describe things, people, or places. The next group of suffix is OUS, us. So you make dangerous, generous, famous. All these again are adjectives. The next group of suffix is ive, I-V-E. So you make words like creative, informative. That's all I can think of right now. Then the next group of suffixes are nt, where you create words like confident, important, reluctant. So you have the nt, and then again use it as adjectives. The last pair is l, when you add the suffix l to flexible, adaptable. Now, if you have those suffixes in your word, if you have the shun, if you have the ness, then you use those words as noun. You treat them as the subject of the sentence, or you use it in the object place. Awareness is important. Information is useful. Whereas if you have the other group of suffixes which make your root words adjectives, then they have to be followed by a person, a place, or a thing that is being described. For example, if you have the full, helpful, successful, or you have the is, dangerous, famous, or maybe you have the ill, adaptable, flexible, then you use it to make sentences describing a noun. So the simple technique is, remember if the word is a noun or an adjective. So from now on, if you learn vocabulary words, change them into adjectives, change them into nouns, and make a variety of sentences to expand your language skills. That's all from me for this grammar lesson. I'll see you again next time in another useful, important lesson. Till then, keep practicing and thanks for watching. Bye for now.